Hello dear viewers. Welcome to Sali Tutorials. In this video we'll dive into the editing techniques of Dhruv Rathee. By the end of this tutorial you'll have a clear understanding of how Dhruv Rathee edits his videos. We've compiled around 15 tips, tricks and techniques he uses, including his text highlighter effect, fake YouTube video frame animation, background shadow effect, and the lighting and paper transitions seen in his videos. We've covered all of these in this comprehensive video editing guide. So, let's get started with these editing secrets from Dhruv Rathee to help you save time and enhance your videos. 1. Removing and changing backgrounds. Drag and drop your main video onto the timeline. Add a background video to the background track. Select the main video and choose the AI portrait tool from the toolbar. The background is now removed. Adjust the lengths of both videos to match. And that's it, the background is changed. 2. Adding shadows in background. You might have noticed that Dhruv Rathee often adds shadows behind his body in his videos. To achieve this, double-click on the video in Filmora. Go to the Basic section, toggle on the Drop Shadow tool. Select the default shadow settings. Set the shadow distance to 15, blur to 20 and shadow opacity to 100. Three. Blur to clear effect. Dhruv Rathee frequently uses a blur to clear effect at the beginning of his videos. To add this effect, go to the Effects tab in Filmora. Search for Blur to Clear 01 effect. Drag and drop the effect onto the track above the timeline to apply it to all the tracks below. Double-click the effect and adjust the distance settings in the Video Effects panel to your preference. 4. Yellow Google background effect. Dhruv Rathee uses a yellow Google animation effect in his background. Here's how to create it. Import a Google animated video from your media library. If the video is white, follow these steps. Duplicate your main video on the timeline. Add the Google video to the background track. Add a yellow texture image to the timeline above the Google video. Double-click on the yellow texture image and go to the compositing tool. Choose the darken option in the blending mode to overlay the yellow texture on the Google video. 5. Particle effects. Dhruv Rathee also uses shining particles in his background videos. To add these particles, go to the Effects tab in Filmora. Search for particle effects. Download the ones you like. Drag and drop the chosen particle effects onto your video. If the shadow in your video looks too strong, reduce its intensity to better match your background. 6. Round transition. Dhruv Rathee often uses a round transition effect. To add this to your video, go to the Transitions tab in Filmora. Search for the round zoom out transition. Drag and drop the transition between your background clips. Adjust the transition duration to your preference. 7. Sticker in background. Dhruv Rathee uses animated stickers in his videos, like a free sticker. To create this effect in Filmora, drag and drop a PNG sticker onto the timeline. From the Titles tab, drag and drop the Glow Title 3 onto the timeline above the sticker. Edit the glowing text to say free. And adjust its size and position. Duplicate the text to increase the glow effect. Take a snapshot of the combined sticker and text in PNG format and add it to the timeline. Delete the original sticker and text from the timeline. Place the snapshot sticker into the background of the main video. and adjust its size and position to the right side of the screen. Activate the ruler from display settings. Add a ruler line to align the sticker wire perfectly. And animate it using keyframes. Curve all the keyframes to create smooth animation. Finally, apply a drop shadow to the sticker in the basic section of the image panel, and adjust the shadow settings to your liking. 8. Lighting transitions. Dhruv Rathee frequently uses lighting transitions in his videos, which are very trendy. To add these transitions, import the desired footage from your computer into Filmora Media. Create a separate folder for this footage. Drag and drop the footage onto the timeline and set its duration as you prefer. Go to the Transitions tab and click on it. Select the Light section, where you'll find various light transitions. Drag and drop the Light Leak Transition 01 between the footage clips on the timeline. Adjust the transition duration as needed. 9. Paper transitions. Dhruv Rathee also uses paper transitions in his video intros, which look charming. To create a similar effect, go to the Transitions tab and search for Paper. You'll find a variety of free and paid paper transitions. Drag and drop these transitions between the footage clips on the timeline. If the aspect ratio of the footage doesn't match your project settings, crop the footage to fit. Apply preset motions or legacy animations on top of the footage for a more dramatic look. To make the paper transition intro more cinematic, go to the Effects tab and search for the Retro Cinema Overlay 03 effect. Drag and drop this effect onto the track above the paper transition intro. Set the effect duration according to the paper transition intro and adjust its opacity to 75%. Fake YouTube video frame. Dhruv Rathee sometimes places himself in a fake YouTube video frame, which is very appealing. Here's how to do it in Filmora 13. Import a PNG picture of a YouTube video frame into the media library and drag it onto the timeline. Duplicate your main video and place it in the background. Animate the frame and the video using keyframes in the Transform tool. To create these animations, check out my method and follow it step by step. Add a Google video background behind the main video and animate it according to the YouTube frame. To create the end animation of the YouTube frame, select the keyframes used for the start animation and paste them at the end of the footage. Add a marker on the timeline at the position of the first keyframe of the end animation to keep track. Swap the start and end keyframes to reverse the animation. Copy all the keyframes and paste them at the end. Ensuring a smooth transition, ease in all the keyframes in the keyframe panel to make the animation smoother. (11) Glowing effect and custom background. Dhruv Rathee uses a glowing effect around the YouTube frame and a custom YouTube background in his videos. Here's how to achieve this effect. Select the YouTube frame and the videos on the timeline. Right-click and select Create Compound Clip. Confirm by clicking OK. This combines the YouTube frame and video into one clip. Drag and drop a video of YouTube animated icons into the background of this compound clip. Add keyframes for animation. In the second keyframe, slightly scale down the clip and adjust its position. Go to the mask section, apply the rectangle mask effect, and adjust it around the YouTube frame. Add mask keyframes at the same positions as the transform keyframes. In the first mask keyframe, increase the size of the mask to create a zoom-in animation. Add 2 more transform keyframes at the end of the compound clip. In the second keyframe, zoom in on the clip for a zoom-out effect. Similarly, add mask keyframes at the end. And increase the mask scale in the second keyframe to enhance the zoom effect. Customize the background. Go to the Effects tab and search for the Chalk Edge effect. Drag and drop this effect onto the YouTube background video. Disable the compound clip to see the background video clearly. Double-click the background video and set the Chalk Edge effect to red. Search for the glow effect in the Effects tab and apply it to the background video. Adjust the radius and opacity of the glow effect as desired. Duplicate the background video by holding Alt and dragging it to a new track. Double-click the duplicated video and delete the applied effects. For the original background video, set the blending mode to pin light and the opacity to 50%. Set the opacity of the duplicated background video to 50% as well. Add a glow effect around the YouTube frame. Double-click the compound clip to open its settings. Turn on the drop shadow toggle in the basics section of the video panel. Apply the default shadow. And set the shadow color to white, with a shadow distance of 0. By following these steps, you'll create a glowing YouTube frame effect with a custom animated background, similar to the effects used by Dhruv Rathee. This technique adds a professional and eye-catching element to your videos. 12. Text highlighter effect. Dhruv Rathee frequently uses a highlighter effect in his videos. Create the background, go to the Stock Media tab and search for paper. Add a background called Catering Food Paper to the timeline. Take a snapshot of this background since we don't need the animated version. Delete the animated background and use the snapshot instead. Add logo and text. Drag and drop your logo onto the timeline above the background. Adjust its size and position. Add quick text to the timeline and edit it. Write a title in black, bold font, for example, Impact. Position the title below the logo. Duplicate the title. Move it down and edit the duplicate to add more description or information as needed. Adjust the size and position of the text as necessary. Go to the advanced settings of the title to adjust text and line spacing. Create and animate the highlighter line. Drag and drop a yellow image from Stock Media to the background of the text. Double-click the yellow image, go to the mask section, and select the drawing tool. Draw a line under the text, connecting the start and end points to delete the rest of the yellow background and create a highlighter line. Animate the line by selecting everything on the timeline except the yellow picture and disabling it. Take a snapshot of the yellow line in PNG format and replace the yellow picture with this snapshot on the timeline. Double-click the yellow picture, select the linear mask in the mask section. Adjust the blur strength and invert the mask. Move the mask position to the left side of the screen. Add 2 mask keyframes at the start of the yellow line picture. Then move the mask position to the right side of the screen in the second keyframe to create a left to right highlighter effect. Add 3 more tracks for additional lines, mask and animate them in the same way. By following this method, you can create a highlighter effect like Dhruv Rathee's in Filmora 13. 13. Paper Mask Animated Transition. Dhruv Rathee uses a paper mask transition effect that looks like old, torn paper. Here's how to create it. Create a compound clip. Right-clicking and choosing Create Compound Clip. Double-click the compound clip, go to the Mask section and select the Draw Mask tool. Draw a zigzag line to split the top of the paper. Invert the mask to hide the top section of the paper. Go to the Basic section in the video panel and add 2 transform keyframes. In the first keyframe, drag the position of the paper down and move it off screen. Curve or ease the keyframes for smooth animation from bottom to top. Drag and drop the paper transition onto the track above the previous scene. Align the start animation of the paper transition with the end animation of the scene below. Add a background by duplicating the background of the YouTube glowing icons. Delete any extra parts of the background to fit the transition. This creates a seamless and engaging transition effect similar to what Dhruv Rathee uses in his videos. 14. Making the scene more engaging. Dhruv Rathee's videos are uniquely engaging due to special effects. To replicate this, go to the Effects tab and search for a movie atmosphere effect. Drag and drop this effect onto the compound clip of the paper transition. Adjust the settings of this effect according to the scene. Double-click the clip and set its opacity to 50%. Add 2 keyframes for this effect at the positions of the transform keyframes. Set the opacity to 0% in the first keyframe. Final look at project for perfection. Review your project. Take a final look at your project to ensure everything is perfect. Apply different transitions where needed to enhance the overall look. This depends on your creativity and where transitions best fit the scene. For example, split the effect above the paper transition and apply more paper transitions to give it a more attractive look. Carefully review your project to see where and what needs re-editing. Make necessary adjustments to achieve perfection. By following these steps you can achieve a professional video editing style similar to Dhruv Rathee's in Filmora 13. It might be challenging, but with these tips and tricks, you can create high-quality and engaging videos. We've successfully replicated Dhruv Rathee's professional video editing techniques in Filmora 13. I hope this video helps you with Dhruv Rathee style video editing. If you enjoyed the video, please like and share it. Don't forget to subscribe to Sally Tutorials YouTube channel for more such videos. Until next time, happy editing!